So this is TowerClimb. My name is David. We're on the ground floor. You can access your inventory by going to select, and it shows you how many jump potions. That's the purple potions, orange potions. That's the corrosion potions, and green potions, teleporter potions you have. It tells you how many berries you have and whether you have a revive potion or not. That's the little thing with the heart at the bottom. So if you don't have that, you died, and you need a revive potion to not die permanently. You can move left, right, up and down. Up and down specifically goes to the wall, but you can hold down to do a little crouch. That doesn't really do much except in wind, as far as I remember. There are two kinds of jumps. There's the running jump, which puts you up a block and a half. And there's the walking jump, that puts you up 2 blocks. And you can jump to a hang with a walking jump, or just jump just a little higher when necessary. There's just a little trick to do a walking jump height with running jump speed. And that requires you to just hit the buttons at the same time. It takes practice, but it works pretty well. Running is faster, and you can get more distance out of your run jump. So to explain the very basics, I'm gonna first explain my controller setup. I use a PS3 controller. I have it hooked in with a wire, and I use 2 programs essentially to make it work to do my bidding. Motion Enjoy, which gives me the drivers I need, and Better DS3, which gives me the interface I need. It utilizes the Motion Enjoy drivers, and it works really quite well. It has a good interface, and it's just really nice overall. There are other tutorials to setting that up, so I won't go into that too much. But the way I have my control set up is I have it emulating a Xbox 360 controller, because Xbox 360 controllers work with pretty much anything. And I have square as my run button. I don't have Spelunky type controls, but you can do that if you want to fiddle with it. The game's a little different from Spelunky, so that's why I have it set a little differently. Your run button, which is square, is also your store and retrieve button, but I'll get into that later. I have jump set to X. Circle is my corrosion potion button, if there's corrosion potions. Triangle is my jump button. It gives me a jump when I use a jump potion. R1 is my store and retrieve button. I don't have anything stored or retrieved right now, or stored, because my inventory is empty and I just started. L1 is my teleport potion button, and L2 and R2 are to swap between my items. X or cross. Yeah, X or cross. Yeah, and I have inventory access on select, and I specifically do that because I can climb and hit select at the same time pretty easily. It's a little tiny bit harder on start. I kind of have to reach over with my index finger, but it works enough. And I don't always necessarily need to look at my inventory anyway, so yeah, that. Or also I can hit it with my left hand a lot easier than I can hit start with my left hand, so it's just easier access. I use the analog stick technically, but only in my setup. In Better DS3, I have my D-pad's inputs set to emulate the analog inputs. So I use the D-pad, but I can also use the analog stick. I can use either or, and it works really well for the situation. So with all that in mind, let's get into the game. You can climb by holding against the wall and climbing up and down. You know, that's cool. That's great. What I'm doing here is, like, basically I know how far I can go over without, well, dying essentially. So just get used to the distance of falling and the speed, and you can do things like this. I don't jump off the wall. I literally just go from left to right, and I grab the ledge. Once you grab the ledge, you're on the ledge. You can jump up, you can jump over, or you can jump onto the ledge. Essentially 3 different choices, or you can jump off and then go out. Your possibilities are endless. And so here I have 2 choices. I have kind of a crap start where I have to use a resource to start because I can't jump up that high. I can go up here and I can bomb through here to get through here, and yeah, that's cool. That totally works. My other option, which I like a little more, and it requires a little more skill, or I have 2 other options in my mind. I can use a jump potion, straightforward, just get up, or throw a corrosion, grab it, and then use it for an item jump. Or I can break these spikes, get a bunch of spikes out of it, which I can use for item jumps later and prevent myself from having to use resources later, and then item jump up with a spike. And that also gives me, so that gives me 4 spikes total. And essentially if I get caught in a spot like that again, a predicament, if you will, I can just use the spike again. So I like to gather as many items as I can just for the start. It really helps me out. And you can toss them away later, and it's just super useful to have. Here I can't get anywhere, so I'm going to use a jump and go up to the middle so I can kind of see all my options. And I get all the jump potions. Once you get 4 jump potions, you get a little red warning. And you don't want to get another one after that because you'll die. You can make this jump. Learn the distance in which you can jump. Oh, and yeah, good point, Aaron. Watch out when blowing out spikes. They can kill you. So now since I have 4 jumps, 4 jumps is a lot. I can waste them. I can see a jump berry already, so I can use a jump just to get to that berry and even quickly replenish it. So a game that I kind of do with myself at this point is I just jump to the jump berries. Also, I have a blast berry out, and when I throw that, it blows up, and I can't reuse it. What I can do is store the blast berry but my inventory is full. So what I usually do with that is I throw the blast berry up in the air, throw something that doesn't break down, and then catch the blast berry. It's a little tricky, but you kind of get the hang of it. You can prevent this situation by just planning ahead with it and storing things that you can carry outside of that. This is a Path of Exiles, and they're really hard, so you want to be careful with them. Here I have a way already laid out with the crate, so I can just jump straight up. Your face cam does block the lower inventory. Okay, well, you know what? What I'll do for this is I will move my face cam to the right side. You can't see my my inventory then, but you can see things. And just so it looks pretty and nice, I'm gonna invert it. Invert. There. And that way it really looks like I'm looking at the screen. But good, thank you for pointing that out, Kit. And yeah, boomerangs do, I can't remember how many jumps I have. I'm glad I did that. So I'm already at the end of this part. Great. You just climb up, do your thing. I prefer to have blast berries over spikes because they can make more spikes, and generally it therefore gives you more potential for resources. So now I have all the resources I need to essentially get through the rest of the game. Now this is a good thing. Because the smell is unbearable, there are a lot of dogs in this level. So if you kill about 8 dogs, it's somewhere between 8 and 10, and I think it's somewhat random. You can get something called the Bitch Vein, which is a great sword. What you see here is a berry that I really want. It's great, it's currency, it gives me access to potions and the like. It's really good. Normally you can't get it. They're like, man, how the frick am I going to get that? It's impossible. But I have a method for this. I'm going to jump from this ledge and I'm going to item jump up, and that will work perfectly. See? Just like that. And you can land back, no problem. So now all these spikes I have, they have a purpose. I can kill dogs. I can utilize the other spikes that drop down from blast berries and get more spikes. Generally try and break spike traps from a distance because they will fly out and kill you. They're very random, very scary, hard to manipulate, so just try and do it from a distance. You can throw them up the wall pretty easily. It's fairly straightforward. Learn your throwing trajectory. I highly recommend this because you know, you really gotta do it. Hello, nice guy. How you doing, man? Well, yeah, you can throw in pretty much any direction. They utilize analog directions, and that's really nice. So you see, I always kind of jump away when I break spikes, and that's because of the randomosity of the spikes. This dog's a little scary. I figured he was gonna jump, and I was anticipating him jumping, so that's good. You can make this jump, just gotta believe. Also, try and kill dogs from a distance. They're just better. It's just better that way. So now I have a sword. I have the Bitch Bane. It's a great sword, one of the better swords in the game, one of the better weapons. School. School is a rather busy thing, and I'm glad you're in school, Derp. I'm glad you're doing well in school, I hope. So, using the sword is actually a lot easier than you'd imagine. First, hold it out. To hold an item, when it's in your inventory to put it straight in your hand. Because if you just hit sword and retrieve while not doing anything, you just throw it out. So to throw it directly to your hand, just hold the run button and hit the item button, and it'll pull it in your hand. So to use a weapon, just hold jump until it slices. That's specifically with swords. Hey, A- is good, Derpinshire. You can do a lot of cool tricks with that. Just manipulate the jump button. It's whenever you start holding the jump button, it starts to slash. So you can do that midair to do a little ground slash with it. Or, rather than slashing it, just throw it. Works great, beautifully with the Bitchbane, not as much with the common sword. Be wary when killing dogs while standing on them, because at this point there's a bug where they get up when they die, and therefore they kill you. So don't stand on them when killing. Let's see, I can kill them on the ground like that. You can attack from the ceiling. The only thing about attacking from the ceiling is you will use a jump if you have one on. Don't be afraid to experiment. There's a lot of neat tricks to figure out with throwing and the like. Watch out for spikes, and we're on our next level. Entire mob getting on your case. Sometimes you get lava levels, and they're not a big deal. The thing is, the lava moves at a quick rate, but quicker than you can climb unless you have gloves. And they move at about the same rate that you climb if you have the leather gloves. The thing to keep in mind with lava is you can jump up faster than you can climb. So, like, for example, it'd be faster to move left here and jump up here rather than go right here and climb up here, because there's more climbing time in that. So keep that in mind when you're running from lava and you need to go fast. Sanic fast, I dare say. I'm gonna prefer the meat over the box in this case, because the meat I can cook and get an adrenaline boost out of and get fairly more use out of that. Here I have no way to progress up, so I can use one of the jumps that I've gotten and accumulated. It's nice. I also, in that case, have the item hops. I can do that again. I could theoretically go through the dog, but it's not really worth the effort, and I have plenty of jumps to utilize away. I accidentally used to jump there. That was my fault, but it's not that big a deal. There's a jump right there, and I have two ways of getting there. The way I'm going to do this, the gap between here and the next block is actually doable. You just have to do a tall jump and jump toward it, and you can make that ceiling. I'm gonna go for that berry cluster because berries are good to have to be able to buy more potions. I did use a corrosion potion earlier, so you know I'm hurting in terms of resources. But really, I try to challenge myself to to not use any potions in the game. Oh, by the way, spikes never hurt you in the water. So now we're through the lower area. Tutorial climb. That's right, folks. It's tutorial climb. So here, there's no way for me to up except to use a resource. So I have a bunch of items. I have this crate that I'm using, and I'm going to throw that down. So here I can do an item hop to get up there. I haven't explained item hopping yet, but to item hop, just throw the item down while you're in the air, and you'll get an extra block's worth of height. And here I'm just gonna lure the beetles into getting sliced by my blade while hanging from the ceiling. And I'll have to use another resource to get up. I'm gonna use this meat and do another item hop, and I'm up no problem. Now, thankfully I have the Bitchbane, so I can deal with these worms really easily. But otherwise, if I didn't, just wait for them. They have a set pattern in which they come up and down. I think it might be a little random. Good question, Tech Nerd. You swing the weapon by holding the jump button until it swings. But I can just kill the worms, no problem. You can make that jump, no problem. I'm gonna go left towards the middle because then I can see more of the map. And it's closer, so I can just go right through here. This may seem dangerous to go past, but just climb through the ceiling and you can make the drop on the other side. No problem, no sweat. And I just basically got a new resource back by grabbing that berry. I just realized I wasn't holding run. So you can fall onto spikes from a block's height up. Any more than that, and you're gonna die. I'll demonstrate. So here, I can just drop down, no problem. No death. Don't be afraid. If I go slightly higher though, I'm dead. Nothing I can do. Path of Exiles, we're gonna ignore that for now. I'm gonna prefer the right way, because rather than item hop on this one, I'm gonna blow up this block and I can jump straight up. So utilization of jump berries, they're not just for item hopping or killing enemies, they're also great for killing, destroying blocks. It is a little weird to attack with the jump button, but it actually works really nicely with the game. I'm gonna risk getting this berry, especially because it's not that much of a risk for me. And I can grab this crate while I'm here. Like I said, keeping your resources up is a great way to stay alive in this game. So I can go left, I can go right. The left path is a little riskier, but it's doable. Basically, I would just wait for the worm to go and then climb. The way dogs work is they do an action every few seconds, and then they go down. And then they do another action after a few seconds, and then they go down. Here, he's choosing to jump a lot, but they choose from a pool of move left, move right, get up, and bark, or jump and bark, because they like barking. I don't know why, but if you just wait for them to do a move, they'll stay safe. They're safe after they do any movement, and they're down. Oh, really, Kit? I'm glad you learned something. Generally, you can play it safe. You know, that's always a good idea. I like to play dangerously because it helps me learn the game. Now, I just did that to get the jump berry here. I could climb all the way back around and go back to the door. But what I'm going to do instead is a little bit of an advanced technique. I'm going to grab this blast berry that I have here and that I'm standing on. But I'm going to use a blast berry for an item jump. So I'm going to throw up, item jump, and grab. Kind of tricky, kind of an advanced move. Oh! Great question, Kit Renard. So you can transfer from the wall to the ceiling. It's a little bit hard, and I still have trouble with it, honestly. Basically, you just get low enough and hold, and then hit up when you technically start dropping, and you'll grab the ceiling. Now I'm doing it with the greatest of ease, but it's actually really hard to do, and I tend to miss it more often than not. I recommend practicing it in a safe place. You just have to get low enough, and you do the transfer, but it is hard. So I got another level. When the ground trembles, it means you have all these worms. I'm just waiting for the safety of the worms not being a hassle, so wait for them to go. I jump over, you can get something cool. That was weird. I'm not really sure what I got there. I'm gonna waste this berry so I can check it out safely. I got a spear. Spears are great. Spears are a throwing weapon. You can't swing them. You throw them and you can stand on them. That has basically it's like a box with offensive abilities. Also, they're offensive. So what you can do is just move into an enemy and just throw it and then hit the run button right away and you've got it. The enemy's dead. So here I'm going to use a bunch of jumps because I have them to waste. I got like 2 of them, I think. I have to be wary of that dog. He can jump, so I'm going to keep him in mind and just jump away from the ledge just to be safe. I want that golden berry, and I'm greedy, so I'm going to get it. Just jump over, grab this, and I'm going to use another jump from the wall to get around. There's a crafty crafter over there, which is great. I don't know if I saw lava, but now I want lava because I can combine 2 different cooked meats to get a pair of gloves or boots. You can break the beetles out of their larval form to get to kill them only with jumps. I mean, I'm sorry, only with swords. That's what I mean to say. So this is the lava level. I have talked about it earlier. Most important thing, don't panic. See, I can go up the middle. It gives me more options than the wall. The wall is slower than than jumping. I jump here, even though I can make the jump to the side, and And now I'm forced to climb, but I have plenty of distance from the lava for me. I know already, seeing that jump area, that I'm going to use it to jump up here. Recently did a thing there, I panicked. Grab that jump berry, jump over here, and grab the other one, because that gives me more options to jump later. I'm going to jump up here, grab these 2, 3. Nice. And now I can just really jump my way to victory. See, lava done. No problem. Hey, Brooklyn, how you doing, girlie? Don't worry about the the beetles. They're, as long as you just are continuously climbing, no big deal. So here I'm gonna use this to get another jump. I could have just jumped up, so I'm gonna jump up anyway. But I think I actually want to jump up here. Learn. That was a bad call. I wasted a jump because that block was in my way. So now I'm gonna jump back up here. And I can't make this jump here. If I had saved my jump, I could have kept it going, but no. So I'm gonna use a blast berry, because you find a lot of blast berries, and don't worry about finding more. They're so plentiful. You find a billion. So because I see a witch, I'm gonna use her and recruit my curl push. And I used all the way at the beginning of the game. That's right, Taki. This is tutorial climb. And jump over here because it's a little faster than getting on the ledge and then jumping over. And those ledge jumps tend to work better for the low overhead height. See, another blast berry. Wasn't worried. I had the wrong thing. There we go. So here I can just climb over. You can make these, no problem. Mind the seed shooters. They will kill you. They're awful. They're kind of jerks. These kind of levels, you really want to take your time and look at what's going on. You can see the sea spitter there, the worm here. I can kill the worm with the spear or the sword. Here, I can either climb around. It'll take a while, but you can make it to there. You can hang on to the bottom of these smooth blocks, by the way. Or I can throw the spear up and item jump up. It's a little faster. I'm just conserving time, that's all. Also, I have jumps, so I'm gonna use them. That can come to bite me in the butt later, but I have so many resources that I don't care that much. It looks like a hot dog. Well, he is a hot dog. I can kill these speed spitters with the sword, by the way. I'm just not for demonstrative purposes of how to really deal with them. They kind of blow up and then throw a seed out. Just be wary. Also be wary in these levels because you can have gas come down. Just keep track of mentally of where you are, and you can kind of deal with it. So these are swimming levels. We didn't get any in the hatchery, which is kind of surprising. You can kill these fish. It's a lot easier with the sword, but it's always great to learn how to use the spear. And spear fishing is a timely tradition, I would say. So just hit jump a lot. There's a pattern to be able to jump quickly and swim fast in the water. Also, sea spitters don't actually activate in the water, so that's nice. So I can go left side and be safe. So now I see to the right there's a path that goes up. A big thing in this game is pathing. So just learn good paths to take, where you can take paths, etc. Because that'll help you in the long run. I tend to try and stick to the middle when possible, so I can just see the whole level and figure out all the best paths. It feels strange in here. That means I'm gonna have the wizard Zardo come in and try and take my stuff. Usually, what you want to do is just go as quickly as you can. You have time before he shoots after he appears, or you can kill him. I like to kill him and take his wand because it's kind of a nice wand, you know. No big deal. You can also have him transmute items into things that you would actually use. So I'm gonna have him hit these spikes. I'm luring him. And then I'm gonna throw the spike. Want to deal with the fish and him at the same time. So I'm gonna kill the fish and then kill him. I can also lure him to kill the fish for me. Generally, I would not recommend messing around with Zardo like this, but as you get more experience, you can do that. Yeah. Oh. So I got a glove out of that. And that's nice. That's actually exactly what I want. So again, I'm messing around with him. Generally wouldn't recommend doing that, but it's fun. And you get a lot of items that you actually can use. Don't try and catch spikes, they'll kill you. Pull them out of the ground. I got Hadu Orb out of that. Shoots a little fireball. You can also use the spikes to kill him, by the way. Got another glove. He's about to transform. Hit again. See, that's what I get for messing around with Zardo. He hit me and took my shit, so I got nothing. Threw my stake out of there. It's not the end of the world. I feel really angry about it. It's why you don't mess with Zardo. But we can still get through with no resources. And I still have my bitch bane. Still have my gloves. The risky thing about having him transmute items is he can change. They actually change the direction his wand shoots in. So it hits the item and then it homes in on you. So it's kind of risk. So I don't have a revive potion. I don't have any jumps. I don't have any corrodes. I have to use all the items I have to get through. I'm not that concerned, but I am. I don't have any golden berries, so I can't even buy anything. I feel really angry. Yeah, he threw my stake away. That's not too big a deal. So now I absolutely have to play smart with my items. See, I can just item jump up. Again, staying towards the middle. Now I have to watch out for lava. Kind of scary. I have a seed there, but I'm going to avoid the seed. I'm going to try and stick to items that I can reuse, like spears. I need a lot of spears for some reason. So the key with the lava drips is be patient. Really watch before you go in this area. And you can kill bats. They don't kill you directly, but they drag you into things that do kill you. So you want to watch out for them. I recommend killing them if possible, if you have the resources to manage it. So now that I have gloves in my inventory, I actually climb a lot faster, which is nice. It allows me to get through dangerous situations quicker. What I need to get is golden berries so I can buy a revive and jump potions, because jump potions are like necessary in some situations. In fact, buying a jump potion there. Oh yeah, the yellow berries make you climb faster. That should be noted. So here I'm gonna use that spear I have. I have so many spears. I'm just gonna climb up. These levels are dangerous. To even the most seasoned tower climber, there's lava everywhere. But lava geysers, if they go up high enough, can spill lava over the edge like that one just did. So be wary while climbing up their sides. And be careful when climbing past drips, because, well, they fall on you and you die. And I have no revive, so I'm literally done if I die. So I have to be really careful. So I wait for that to erupt, and then I go. Usually I try and stick towards the middle, but here I'm going to climb up the side because it's just a little safer than going towards the middle. I'm keeping my eye out for lava drips. That berry cluster is awesome, and I love it. That just erupted, so I know I'm safe. Grab and go. See that chest there? Kind of tempting. It's in a dangerous place. Just wait for the lava and go. Gives me springboard. I'm not really going to hold on to that. I have many different options here, all of which are bad. And wait for that to go. Lava drips and go. I'm going to do the next one. Very slow, methodical. Take your time. Lava drip, go. Here I'm going to take this easy. I know the guys who can't reach up there, go. Make us buy burritos. I can't buy you burritos. I can't afford them. You buy me burritos. Again, climbing up the middle. Kill bats because I can. Throwing is always a good option. Now I have the berries for... Oh, no, I don't have the berries for... Oh, okay. So this bat dropped an egg. And you can use that egg for an item jump. That's the only reason I grabbed it. Especially because I'm so low on resources. And I'm going to tend towards the egg rather than the blastberry here. Because if I blow up any of these lava platforms, then they spill out lava everywhere, and that's a little more dangerous. So you see there, I'm definitely going to have to use a resource. Because I can't reach that hole, which is the only hole out, with just climbing. My two options are to use a jump, or three actually, use an item hop to get through it, or I can blow up this block right here and spill out the lava and get out really quickly. I'm gonna go for the jump, using a jump just because it doesn't use any resources, and again, I'm conserving resources right now. There's a witch over there, I can get to her relatively easily, and that'd be great because now I'll have a revive potion. So I'm gonna do that. Kill that bat on the way and buy my revive potion. We still only have one jump potion to work with, but we'll be fine with just one. Hey, Arctic Wolf, how you doing, man? So here we get to the ruins. We got a bunch of icicles here. You can break them with swords, which is nice. But as long as you don't fall, they're really no worry. I'll show you falling to them. See how they all fall. You want to stay out of their path usually. So here we have wind. And that's another mechanic where this is the only place it gets used. The way you utilize wind is you hold down. So you can actually manipulate your direction in there. And when you hold jump in the wind, you actually go up fast. So you see I go up fast. So what you want to do is go down from the ground, jump and let go down. And you get a big boost. That's how I always use the wind. It's great. Here you also want to be careful with blast berries, because they blow stuff up. And you can use the wind to get through these areas very quickly. It's nice. So I'm tending toward the middle. Be careful on ice. Usually running doesn't have momentum in this game, except on ice. And if you start running and hit the opposite direction, you slip. When you slip, don't panic. My suggestion to you is when you start slipping, hold the direction that caused you to slip to begin with, and you'll grab the ledge that you slipped from. Not too bad. Yeah, this is chapter 1, folks. There's a berry cluster, which is great. Exactly what we're looking for. See? Just held the button, the direction I slipped in, and everything's okay. I'm going to buy a corrosion potion just in case. Shouldn't need it. Just balance things out to 2. Yeah, actually, the Path of Exiles only appear in Chapter 1, folks. Now, you can get lava in these areas, but generally, just take your time in these places. They're a good place to relax and de-stress before you get to the final area. Let's see, I can use the air there to just get up real quick. And always go for things that you can do rather than you can't do, just to conserve resources. Sometimes I climb up and I find a path doesn't work, and so I climb back down, and that's okay, guys. Down climbing is totally okay, and it'll save you time and resources in the long run. Yeah, I got my lightning death card, Sergeant, and it was great. It looks so beautiful. It's just awesome. So this drop here. I'm actually unsure about whether you can make it or not. And if you can make it, it means you don't have to use resources. And it looks like you can't make it. So this is another place where I have to use resources. I'm going to use this egg, which I brought just for this reason. I'm going to item jump. No big deal. Item hop. Now I have a whole bunch of other resources to item hop with. We're actually looking good now. We have a revive potion. We have some jumps and corrodes. The Zardo encounter. A distant memory. That's not a big deal. It didn't mean the end of the run. That's what I get for messing with Zardo. Oh, okay, yeah. Centurial Trials. Yeah, this is chapter 1 as opposed to the Centurial Trials. I haven't been doing the Centurial Trials because, well, I have new stuff to do now. I'm gonna do this because essentially I can and not lose anything. Just make it a little safer. Don't drop into the spikes, but you can drop to the side of spikes and be okay. Zardo showed up on the conservatory, I think the 3rd floor of the conservatory. So now we have Ascension, we have these pods that we can go up on. The game kind of hints that you can go up them, and, well, you can. Be wary of the walls in this area. They will kill you, and then you'll be dead, and then you'll hate everything. So in an effort to not hate everything, don't die. I'm greedy, and I definitely need these berries now, so I'm going to cut the vines so that I can actually get them. Make it a little safer. Technically, you can get them without cutting the vines, but it's so risky that it's not worthwhile. But since I have the bit train, I can do that. You can also do it with the old sword. He can appear in Conservatory onward, I believe. Zardo, that is. And now I have a Zardo. So I didn't get his wand earlier. I'm kind of tempted to kill him here, and I think I actually will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up until he appears. I'm going to lure him to the bottom. The reason why I'm going to fight him in the bottom is there are a lot of safe areas for him to... Because these will actually... And all these pods can't be destroyed and they'll interrupt his wand. So it makes things really safe. See? The way to fight Zardo is because you go in and attack quick in the beginning stages, and then later on run, and then hit him after he shoots. One more hit, and he's done. I don't need that anymore, and we can progress on. And I have a Vapor Wand, and he took care of that for me. So these seed pods just like go to the side of them and they move in the direction that you're in. No big deal. Sometimes they get stuck in these little tight passages, and what you do there is you have to be right in the middle. It's kind of a tight fit, and it'll go up. I think it's kind of a bug or something. Yeah, I know, right, Kit? He got a taste of his own medicine, kind of. Geek, I'm on floor, let me think here. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. And how you doing, Geek? I'm still on chapter 1. I can get through this pretty easily. I'm doing like a tutorial, so kind of shedding light on basic mechanics and allowing people to ask questions. My favorite death card is probably the getting dunked death card, Arctic Wolf. It's so great. Although the getting bounced one is really funny too. So does anyone have any questions regarding, regarding mechanics, anything specifically that you have questions about? I'm gonna play this safe because I've kind of covered everything I can think of. Oh yeah, I'll definitely show it after the run, Arctic. Why am I playing the game? Because it's really fun and awesome, Brooklyn, and I love it. It's so good. Alright, that's pretty much the end of the tutorial climb. Not Undertale, because I don't have Undertale mooks. Thank you, Zardo. Thank you. She's really surprised by me. Actually, surprisingly, I've not even heard of Undertale. Why not Metal Gear? Because no one wants to see Metal Gear anymore. Metal Gear is definitely like a game that you play for a little bit and are like, that's cool, but you know, it's not really that great. Also, I have to beat Zardo. Oh, that sounds great, kid. I'll probably jump on that, because that sounds like a fun game. No one wants to see Metal Gear. Yeah, it's true. I'm not gonna go for all the legend fragments this run, so I'm not gonna keep those to make the legend fragment. Oh, nice. I'll probably get Undertale at some point and actually if I can get it. I'll probably play it if I can get it. Yeah, I don't know, TowerClimb. Like, apparently there's 7 orbs. We know where all the orbs are now. But getting them is ridiculous. And after that, you have to have 6 in your inventory and carry 1 around. So you have to absolutely use potions to get through anything. For the most part. So I have a crafter, and I'm going to utilize him. Because I want to know a combination. Oh, nice. Awesome, Brooklyn. She shows up at the beginning of chapter 2, and that's it. Well, actually, I'm not sure. I was thinking, Vapor Wand and Blastberry, just to see. 2 spears makes junk. I already know that. Let me look at our crafting thing and see what I don't have with Vapor Wand. Vapor Wand is somewhere. Where is it? There it is. So Blastberry junk. See, I don't have a seed. Spring crate with meat. Vapor Wand and meat. Let's find out what that is. Vapor Wand and meat. It's gonna be junk. I already know. Wait, I don't have meat. Christelle's orb and spear. Christelle's orb and spear. Yeah. Arctic Wolf boiler room, brutal boiler. Zardo's house is basketball, and then there's one. I'll point it out when I get there. And it's junk. Can someone update that in the thing? Meat wand. I can do it while this is going on, actually, if someone isn't already. Christelle's orb and spear. Where's spear? There it is. Spear, junk. Christelle's orb and spear. Junk. Alright, awesome. I don't think we've done the Vapor Wand yet.